the show in 2003. A friend of mine got tickets for us, and I thought it sounded pretty weird with a name like Urinetown. But I fell in love with the show then. I auditioned for it in 2007, but then found out that I was expecting my first daughter, so I had to drop out of the show. But I've always loved the show. It's fun, satire-y, wonderful show.
Yeah, well, for me, I had seen the show in the past, and I liked some of the music, and really for me it was a chance to, being a show that's a little farcical, a little sarcastic, which sometimes my humor can be, and ultimately I end up getting to play a villain, which is a character type I've rarely ever played on the stage before. So
yeah, all right, cool.
It was a fun process. I'm not a dancer by any means, but Sarah, the choreographer, made the dance process comfortable. She talked things down to a non-dancer level, which was awesome. And then Mike and Cameron were great, made you feel very comfortable. I'm always super nervous at auditions, but Cameron's an awesome accompanist, so it was really easy to give him music and be able to pick it up right away. And Mike is just very smiley, so that was fun.
Would you audition here again?
Definitely, definitely.
How about you?
Yeah, so for me, I didn't know anybody coming into this, so you know, I was a little hesitant and a little nervous from that perspective. But Michael, I remember him coming out to call me back, and you know, kind of said something nice to kind of break the tension a little bit. And I felt the audition itself was very comfortable. I sang for the three of them. We did some readings, and then kind of likewise, dancing is probably the least of the three, but you know, I could kind of work my way through it and at least show I could do some of the moves. Typically I need a little more time. I don't pick up on the dances right away, but give me enough time and I'll plow through it.
Okay, would you audition for this company again?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, great.
But Cameron he's a musical genius. Like, he can pick up any piece of music and play it with, like, looking at it the first time. He breaks things down when you need to. He will record it at home and then send it to you, which is fantastic. He's always willing to take a little extra time afterwards if you just want your part played out. Cameron's been great.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the first things that I thought was pretty awesome was he recorded all of the soundtrack and made us available for us to practice with. And I think he's my experience is he's very laid back, very easy to deal with, very approachable, always willing to help out. But you know, when it's time to get down to business, he's picks right up on it and makes sure that we're where we need to be. So I appreciate that aspect.
Okay, great.
I like how almost every song kind of spoofs another musical theater piece, so it's kind of fun to like pick out like what songs you think, like Snuff That Girl obviously is like a West Side Story-esque type thing. The music is very hard and very high for certain characters, like me, but no, the music, I've always liked the music of Urinetown. It's always been, I didn't realize it was as hard as it was until I actually started to learn it, but it's always been fun music, and I just think the different genres of it are really cool.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to pick up on is that there's music from so many different genres, and so it's kind of fun. You don't fall into the beat of here's how every song's going to be. Each one is different, and so that's, you know, that's exciting and interesting to be a part of.
Mike is great to work with. He comes in with the scenes prepared, which is always a plus on an actor's level from a director. He's willing to take suggestions if you think something isn't working the right way. But it's a great process. He makes it fun. We laugh at every rehearsal, which is always important. Being in a show, you don't just come in and be like bossed around and like bored the whole time. It's really a fun process working with Mike. And he can dance really well too, so the scenes he choreographs are fun. Yeah, it's been a great experience working with Mike.
Yeah, working with Michael, so the part that I appreciate is he kind of laid the groundwork. Here's his vision of the scene, but he's empowered us to kind of take it maybe in a direction that we feel the character might go as well, and we'll kind of bounce the ideas back and forth. And so I kind of like how it evolves into a finished product instead of here's the one and only way, do it. And so that's been pretty neat to be a part of.
I wish he knew. I think I like the most how in the beginning she's very hard and very rough, and then there's a twist in the storyline where she gets softer and you get to see two sides of Penny. She's not just like the cold, hard, like nasty person in the beginning. She does actually have like a good side to her, and it comes out at the end, and she's a fun character to play. She's got some great lines, she's got some ridiculous lines, but she's a fun character to play.
Yeah, so for me, like I said, it's the first time I've had a chance to really play a villain kind of role. I'm always the goody two-shoes kind of character, so I'm appreciating that side of it. But what I like about him is that Cladwell really believes in what he's doing, and you know, he knows that there are consequences, but this is really the way to keep the pee off the streets and the water in the ground. And ultimately, at the end of the show, you know, we find out that his methods really did work. You know, as unfortunate as some of them were, they were effective. And so it's interesting to think about the balance that you know I have to make, and he would have to make in trying to keep everyone as sustained as they are without total chaos.
I've seen the show done numerous times. It kind of goes back to the last question. I've seen Penny played hard throughout, and then just there's this one moment where she hits that soft spot and you get her. I've been trying to play her, she kind of starts out mean, but then she kind of like dips into like some, like there are times where I think she does feel bad about what's going on. And I try to show that in her. Like, I don't want her to be this nasty, mean character that people just think she's horrible. I do want them to, I do try to bring that she has a soul. She does have a heart. She does feel that she's doing her job and doing what's right. She's just not doing all of it to be like nasty and to be mean. She also knows it's keeping the streets clean, and it's also in a time where no one has any money. She's got a job, and she's got to stick to that job, and she's got to do what she's told to do. So I'm trying to bring more of a heart to her than I've seen played at sometimes.
I think what I bring to it is, well, at least for Cladwell, is again sort of that sense of humanity, that it's not just an evil character. I mean, there are characters that you just play evil throughout. But again, I think what makes this character work is that he really is trying his best for himself, as importantly for his daughter. And he's trying to build this, you know, this legacy for her. And so there is a humanity to her, and there is an arc. And once hope is taken away, then I really flip the switch and become much more hard-line until at the end when I know that the jig is up, and then that's when I have my tender moment with you. And you know, so it's kind of. I think maybe I'm bringing that kind of full arc to the character instead of just playing it kind of flat.
Okay, cool.
I think the audience is going to fall in love with Bobby, because I think he's your typical hero that everybody will love. But I also think they'll like all the different genres of the music. I think that'll be cool that, like we said before, they're not coming in to expect like one like tone throughout the show. It's like there's all different types of genres and everything, and I think they'll really enjoy the music of it.
I think they're really going to enjoy the ensemble. I mean, as I've gotten into this more, it's really such a heavy ensemble piece, and they are on the stage so much, and I hope they get the recognition that they deserve. All the singing and dancing that they do, and you know, a lot of times that's people can relate more to the group activity and what's going on, and I think they're really going to be entertained by what the ensemble is doing.
Their dancing is sick. Some of the stuff that they did is fantastic.
So
Come see me, Jillian Star Rebuer, as Penelope Pennywise
And Brian Blanks as Caldwell Cladwell,
at Nipshed Arts Council's production of Urinetown,
the musical,
opening July 10th.
at Maple Shade High School. Hope to see you there.
Bye!